Was it New Year, New Me?
New Year, New Me. Yeah.
Everyone starts in January.
Like definitely the first month of this year, the amount of new people there, like it was manic,
There
absolutely
was so
manic.
many new faces.
And
like
then,
you go after going there for
And then
so
now
long
from
time,
February is like where they all go.
What I want to also go into is the dietary, if that is a word.
Oh yeah.
From both of you, because you've transformed from like where you were, what you were previously to where you are now. And as you said, when you eat before you exercise, you feel like you're about to throw up.
Yeah.
What was the journey for you on your dietary aspect? So as you said, you were quite a large lad. We'll start with you, Will.
Okay.
It's only because you started off first. Because you were like obviously already a larger person. You said you had a bit of a belly.
Yeah.
What was the change for you when you had to adjust your food to like, I guess, to exercise?
How was like your realization to be like, if I've got to get there, like I've got to eat.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like when I was working out at home with just my home stuff, what I was eating then, which is probably a more average kind of calorie intake for any average person, wasn't cutting it. I wasn't seeing a bit. I don't think I saw any sort of difference for about 4 to 5 months.
Wow.
So I've done that every day, 4 to 5 months. Wasn't seeing a difference.
Sorry, so eating because you said it before, you ate 10,000 calories.
So it's
was
before
that
I started doing that.
Okay,
So
alright,
this is when I was just eating my like, normal
Okay.
food intake, which is probably pushing 3.5, I reckon, a day. So lifting weights every day, eating about 3.5k calories a day. Not for me personally. For other people, it might be different. But for me, it wasn't cutting it. I didn't see any sort of difference. So then I was just. It started off as basically me doubling everything. So I doubled all my meals. Instead of having 3 meals a day, I've had 6 meals a day. And then I started adding the protein shakes on top. And then I was like, okay, now I'm starting, because I started to like fill out my t-shirts a bit more. But because...
Wait.
What are you laughing at over there, sir?
I thought I kind of got that, but I don't think I did. But why did you do that?
No, just the amount that you had to take in.
It was nuts.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, to put it into perspective for now, I think not long ago, we all went, including Ellie, we all went to Nando's, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you guys all ordered your normal sort of, for a meal for one. I had the whole the platter was a meal for, I think, 4.
Yeah.
For 4, plus a burger on top of it. And I had it all to myself. Everyone's looking at me, it's like, how the fuck
You
eat
greedy
that?
man.
You greedy little shit, or greedy shit.
Man.
I used to have to eat a lot.
Jeez.
And it was,
Man's eating for 2.
yeah. Well, in Nando's, I was eating for fucking 4, mate. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, I tell you would be 5, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So exactly. But yeah, it was just a case of I had to eat a lot to form some sort of difference. But again, even after eating a lot, I started to fill out my t-shirt a bit more. But because all I was doing was curls, I didn't have a lot of chest, didn't have a lot of back, started a bit of my belly. So then that's when the knowledge of different exercises, what those different exercises do, came into play. And then from then, it's just kind of gone all uphill.
So
Would you say you're still learning? Like, even though you've got to like a position that you're in now, when would you say you're happy or like you're pleased with yourself with the distance you've got to? And also, are you still learning regardless of how long you've been doing it? Are you still learning things to be like, oh yeah, I'll try that, or one thing definitely works for you and something is just like you knew now is a waste of time?
Yeah, I'd say I am still learning, because like I'll sometimes swap out my routine. So if I'm doing like a back and bicep day, I'll go away from my sort of normal routine and try different things, try different exercises all after one. But I don't know whether, I mean, you could all possibly speak for this. I don't know whether you're the same as me, but the problem that I face with the gym now is that once you start, you're never satisfied. I'm never ever satisfied.
Yeah.
Ever. I'm still comparing myself to others now.
Yeah.
People who might even be smaller than me, but more ripped. I'm like, oh, that looks nice. I look like shit.
I know exactly what you mean.
I'm always comparing myself.
But
Body dysphoria is what you've
That's
got.
the one. That's the one.
I think in your realm though of what you're trying to target for yourself and the body type that you are, you can exceed much more of a bigger level.
Yeah.
Whereas on your case, you can only get so skinny as such, if you know what I mean, without becoming like, don't want to say it, but unhealthy and potentially anorexic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for your end, you can max out, whereas I would say what a good stopping point is, and you can maintain that consistency.
No, when you say max out, like what? His size?
Yeah, because like compared to say like a bodybuilder or like the world's strongest man, compare that body to then Will can do that, and he's got a longer way to go. Whereas because you've made such a big impact on your life at the moment, there's only like so much
weight loss you can do.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do until you're just like, yeah, like I'm pleased with where I've got to. Whereas Will can keep going if you really want to.
I disagree with that. So the reason why I disagree with that is because your body, regardless of however his genetic is or Tahnee's genetics, can only go so far. So let's say he's exercised to this limit of where he's at. His body, let's just say, I don't know how far you can go.
Yeah.
Let's just say that's how far he can go. Until he takes enhancements, he won't go any further.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that. But it's still the case of like mentally, he thinks, oh, like, I still need to get bigger. Which I'm not saying that he can push himself so much to become visually as big as a bodybuilder. But in his mindset, he still has that, oh, I feel like I can get bigger or I can get stronger.
I see.
But it's not going to be like, right, I can still get skinnier. But then it's then the case of like, does it turn into like
you don't want to get too skinny?
That's what I mean. And then again, the whole anorexic side of things.
But that would change, innit? Because once you get to the like where you want to get to, you're going to be like, all right, cool. I want to tone this part. I want to increase this muscle.
This is what I'm saying.
I think it would like in terms of
Tahnee's more a limit to what she can do as such because she's already made so much progress. There's only a small amount of progress left. Whereas Will can keep going and do whatever he wants.
Yeah, fair.
Does that make sense now?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I think it's like the case of like with you, with the weight loss kind of side of it, you can only still carry on working out and still keep your nutrition up and lose weight for a certain point, but then it'll probably just get to the point where you'll start to get bigger, but from muscle.
Yeah, so that'll be the bulking phase, which I will one day be on soon.
Yeah.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
The bulking phase, I'll be on that soon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
I'm at my goal, so.
What's the dietary on your aspect? Because
completely different to Will's.
I feel like yours is the biggest difference, I would personally say.
I've been living on 1,700 calories a day.
Since what? Since
past year.
Damn.
That's a side dish for Will.
That's a biscuit for me.
That is. That's 2 chocolate bars.
At the very start, though, from like when you were told that, right, you need to change your diet and sort something out, like what first of all, what was going through your mind and what was kind of like your basic, like for anyone who's like listening new to the gym, what is like step one of being like, right, what's like your absolute requirements and what was something that like you realized you can consume that was like, okay, it's not too bad. I can keep doing this.
Personally, my diet was never that bad. I did like my chocolate. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Everyone likes chocolate, but it wasn't necessarily bad. It was more, I'd pick the easy options to cook. Anything from the freezer, bung it in the oven. You know, but it was mainly, for me, it was exercise. I drove to work. I drove to my mate's house. I didn't really do much walking, didn't exercise much. And then eating all those chocolates, being in a relationship, you're gonna have the Dominoes, you're gonna have the takeaways. Yeah. You know, you get comfortable in a relationship, you then gain weight. So it was, for me, it was realizing, right, I need to cut out the chocolate. But then it was a case of, you can't strip your diet so strict because you're only going to stay on it for a couple of months. You then need to think about the alternatives. So if I want something sweet, I can get a 90 calorie bar and have something like that. Or, you know, if I want something that's got protein and is really nice, is like sort of caramel protein shakes. Like, they're nice. They got the sweetness that I want. Or I'm not eating it, I'm drinking it. But it's still the case of, it fills me up. It fills my sweet tooth. But for me, it was more less being lazy, cooking everything fresh. Fresh meat. Everything was raw. Literally everything I cooked was raw. I made homemade potatoes, homemade chips.
Literally like made everything from scratch, essentially.
Yeah, okay.
Every single day.
Did you have to do like any, like, would you consider it like calorie deficiting? Was it?
Yeah, that is what calorie deficit.
Yeah.
I've been living in a calorie deficit for the past 14 months.
But was it the case of like, right, I need a calorie deficit, or just like, I just need to make my food like a lot more healthier than it currently is? Yeah. Is what I'm trying to say.
No. So yes, in one aspect, you need to have a healthier diet. But for people to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Your body needs to burn more than what you consume.
Yeah,
because it's kind of like calorie deficit being like, this is the only way I can lose weight, or is it like, actually I can, instead of think of it as calorie deficit, which I think some people can perceive it being bad, it's like, actually I can just change my diet up and it'll be calorie deficiting naturally.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So let's say you're on about like, if someone ate, let's say 1,000 calories a day, but that 1,000 calories was just like pure junk food. So for them to lose weight, they would have 900 calories, but that they would still eat junk food of 900 calories, but they should still be losing weight because they're doing a calorie deficit. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so it's a case of like 900 calories of just like pure junk, but then being like, right, I'm not losing weight because I'm hardly eating any calories. It's a case of like, I can still lose weight, but let's change that 900 calories of chocolate to like 900 calories of like chicken, your rice, your eggs. And like, so I feel like calorie deficit would be the case of like, I need to do something to like restrict myself completely. But rather than think of it as a positive sense of like, I'm going to change my diet and better myself for my body to kind of like be in a better mindset.
So what's your thoughts on that, Tahnee? Because you would be the best example of that.
So like in your mind, were you like, right, I need calorie deficit, or like, actually, I'm just going to change my diet up and go from there?
For the drastic weight loss that I've had is a calorie deficit. It's not just changing your diet, because I have changed my diet. And while I was in a relationship, you know, every Saturday we would go out. We'd go to Nando's. We would go out for food. I would prioritize having like a day off to go out and have food. And that was mainly because I wanted to stay on track. And if I didn't, being in a relationship does affect it, because if that person wants to eat, for example, 10,000 calories and the other one's on 1,000 calories, that relationship's going to be pretty hard when you've got to cook your own separate meals. Yeah. You can't exactly go out for a meal together because one wants to eat everything and the other person has to eat a salad. Yeah. So you have to have a break within your diet to maintain the satisfaction of actually knowing that you can be like, right, okay, I'm on a calorie deficit, but this day I can save me calories throughout the day and treat myself for that meal when I go out.
So do you have a cheat day in the week?
Only on Saturdays.
Okay. And yourself?
Yeah, cheat day is always like I said, that's mandatory in like a diet, because I don't think I could fully go on a full-on diet constantly. I have to have that day where I can basically just eat what the fuck I want.
So yeah, cheat day, with both of you could answer this, it depends who wants to go first. But with your cheat days, when you have like those cheat days, do you just like, because my concept of it is I eat whatever I want from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. Like, I don't care if I have 5 chocolate bars. I don't care if I eat like fast food. I'm just eating whatever I want. Yeah. Is that what it's like? Or is it the fact that I can just, in my dinner or my lunch, I could probably have like fast food. It's not a problem. Or like I can have a chocolate now and then. What does it actually mean?
So I'd probably go more so that side of it. So it wouldn't be a case of me waking up first thing in the morning and be like, right, I can eat whatever the hell I want all day long till I go to bed tonight. I'll probably still stick to my diet throughout the day, but then that one meal, say in the evening, like what you do on a Saturday for like takeaway, so just have a cheeky takeaway. That would be your cheat meal sort of thing, but still kind of stick to your diet slightly, because you don't want to eat like or just junk food for the entire day, because that would basically just counter what you've done in the gym for that entire week.
I feel that would be like a completely wrong energy as well for your system. Like you're eating all this chocolate, you're getting the energy from the chocolate, but then it's not like as pure as it could be. So then you're just like, if it's the case, you're just eating junk all day, like your mood like comes down. Like if you eat like really well, then like you actually like perk up a bit.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair. Because my philosophy is terrible. I wake up and I'm like, eat junk food.
Breakfast is a Yorkie bar.
Bring your tub.
Couldn't do that.
All right. So I guess just to mainly finish it all up is to ask yourselves, even us, because we go gym, bro.
We do go gym.
We're not nobodies. I guess it's a question for everyone. What motivation would you give to someone who is like going to the gym for the very first time, from a guy's perspective and like from a female's perspective? Like, what do you think would be a great motivational kind of like guidance to get someone into it if they don't exercise, or if they do but they don't go enough?
Do you want to go first, Danny, on that one?
You can go first.
Oh, thank you. I would say I don't know in terms of an actual motivational quote, but the one thing that I think a lot of people face when they start their whole fitness sort of side of stuff is, I said it to you the other day about what Sam Sulek said, is the one problem people face is that it takes ages to see the results. So you start this whole fitness journey, but then you're not motivated to carry on as such because you can't see the results yet.
You're the last person to see it change.
That's the one thing that people face, because I faced that. As I said, I'd done it for like about 5-6 months and I didn't see nothing. So then you're just kind of like, what's the point? Yeah. But you just got to kind of trust the process, keep going, keep learning, and then eventually you'll get to the point where you do start to see a difference, which then pushes you to keep carrying on.
It's kind of the case of like if like a friend or like someone random was to come up to you and say like, oh, I've seen that you look like you go to the gym. Like I'm looking to go to the gym. What broad advice would you give me to like take that first step of like just getting a membership and actually just go for the first time? It's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah. Tahnee, you wanna?
I think for me is whoever goes to the gym, male or female, you should be proud and glad that you've just got through the door.
Yeah.
That is the hardest
biggest
bit.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Is getting to the gym.
Yeah.
Doing the workouts, yes, are hard when you don't know what you're doing. But when you are insecure and you might be overweight or you're not happy with your body, going through those doors is the scariest thing. So you should be proud to just go through them.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, from being at a gym for 5-6 years on and off and whatever, I think a lot of people, whether you guys agree or not, but I've got more respect for like if someone, you can clearly see that they're trying to change themselves. I've got more respect for them actually just being there, let alone whatever weight or whatever equipment. I'm like, I've got respect for you to being there. Like fair play to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
No, 100% agree. I personally think gyms further away are better because you can actually like be like, oh, I have to get up and actually make myself go to the gym instead of having something quite local to you, even if my gym's local.
I was going to say, yours is literally down the road from your house. You can walk there. We got to drive to ours. But distance is the motivation, even though I got to walk 200 yards down my road.
But I can see it, but it's too far. It's my pillow or the front door.
Yo, why are you hating on me? Yo, when I started, for goodness sake, boys and girls, when I started, my gym was like age. Where did I go at the start? Horfield Leisure Centre. That's where I started originally. And obviously that's not like 5 steps away from my house, is it? I have to travel there.
Yeah, Jordan. It's not 5 steps away, this one.
I'm going to stay quiet.
So, yeah, I had to make the effort to go. But my biggest thing, which is I haven't really changed much. It might be this body dysmorphia thing. But my biggest issue was I was like very skinny when I was younger. Yeah. And I just had it in my head that when you exercise, you get big. That's all I had it. And I started off with my brothers going. They got me into it and then they stopped. And then I kept on going and I've been going ever since. So I've just got it on that philosophy. I've kind of like leaned out a little bit, but I'm not. I don't think I'm as skinny as I used to be. I used to be like proper skinny. But that was the whole concept for my way of going. But I think, because it was further away for me to actually go to the gym, I had to make effort to go. And then that mindset of like, oh, if I go gym, I get bigger. Then every single gym I've been around in Bristol, it's been further from my house. The only one that's local now is this one, which is probably what I joined last October, 2023, on October.
So you're saying it's like the further it goes, like you got to make the effort to go there.
I think that. And then the aspect of, I believe on that part, like you have to wait for results. It's not going to happen straight away. I 100% believe that. But I also believe the fact that there's also a mind block or mind barrier where, because you don't see these results, you're not willing to kind of like put the effort in. What I mean by that is, when you start going gym, you're like, oh, bro, I can't wait to go gym. And let's say you make that first step and go through the door. You're going to be excited. If I exercise, I'm going to get there. When you exercise, I'm going to get to this point. Everyone's like that. New me. Was it New Year? New me.
New Year, new me, yeah.
Everyone starts in January.
That was jokes this year, though. The amount of new people that were there. It's like, you're not normally in here type thing. Oh, really? And then literally, like, obviously didn't just say, hang on, you're not there. You don't belong here. But yeah, you see, like definitely the first month of this year, the amount of new people there, like it was manic, absolutely
so
manic.
Many new faces.
And
like
then,
you go have to go in.
And then now from February, it's like where they all go.
But my gym is kind of, it didn't have that. I don't know why it didn't have that. It might be because a lot of people don't go there, but it just didn't have that. But I think a part of it, of that whole thing is like, as well as seeing the results, it's a routine. Now, if you don't have the routine in your scheduling, like when you have your normal life, now adding that gym routine, you're going to be a bit gassed and a bit excited. Oh, if I exercise, something's going to happen. But then you have to get past that barrier of like, I have to go just to go. Because I feel like what people do, they go, oh, I have to go gym today. Oh, I can't be asked to go gym today. And then they go, I'll just go tomorrow. And then you get to tomorrow, oh, I'll just go tomorrow. I'll get to tomorrow. They just keep on saying that.
That's exactly what happened with me. I just lost, like, you don't go for like a week and then you just lost it.
Yeah.
And then you don't see a difference, and then it's awful.
Exactly. And it's that mentality, it's that breaking apart to when it gets to a point where now when you exercise, it's a discipline. Like, you don't think about it.
Yeah.
If you don't go gym for a week, like I haven't been gym this week, bro, it's driving me insane.
Yeah.
I need to go. And I don't realize, I'm not sure if you two realize it, and you, if I don't go gym for a week, I'm stressed.
Yeah. Same.
Like,
I'm annoyed.
I'm moody.
Yeah.
I got banned from going to the gym when we went on holiday.
Yeah.
Everyone said I couldn't go.
You relaxing.
Yeah, we all went to Zante.
Me and Ellie said, "Oh yeah, we'll
all three of them were like, oh yeah, we'll find a gym and go." I'm like, I'm going on the beach. I'm enjoying my life. I'm looking at the sea. So, right, you go and do your biceps and all this and your cardio. I'm chilling on the beach.
But I think that's like a thing that we've both faced, isn't it? Like neither of us. I think that goes back to your like body dysmorphia thing. Neither of us think we can see a difference in each other.
I told you this the other day. No, I don't see a difference.
He doesn't
see now.
himself.
I can. Both you do.
Yeah.
I can never see it.
My torso is the only my upper torso. I can only see a difference, but like everything else.
But then I couldn't see difference with myself. The only way I was able to see difference was because I had to take progress pictures every month.
Yeah. The only way I saw like a main difference, or I'd say someone else has seen it, is that I've actually been asked if I'm on steroids before. And I was like, no, this is all natural.
Man, just eating a 10k calories.
Just eating 10k bloody calories a day. I can't remember who it was. I think it was an old friend from school who, funny enough, used to pick on me in school.
Yeah.
And then saw me in a gym, and he was like, "You're on some sort of steroids?" And I was like, "No. This is the rage that you've caused me from the old school days." Now what?
I love that. Oh, you're big. Yeah.
Shit.
I'm so sorry, man.
There's some people I've met, like I say met, old school friends. They're double the size. There's one guy, I'm pretty sure he took supplements. Huge. Massive, bro. His arms, bro, is like my torso. He's massive. And there's another kid I know. I don't know when I last saw him. I think I saw him like nearly 7-8 years ago. Yeah. I've never seen him since. He went from like being 6'1" to like 6'9". He's just tall, big. I'm like,
is he big?
Where did the difference come from, bro? The height's crazy. But yeah, there's the transformation of some people.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Also, side note, this is a bit weird. This is bouncing back on when I said there's a limit of how far you can go. I think there's a limit of how far my body type can go. I've actually taken a form of enhancement and I still haven't gotten that big. Like I haven't gotten your big. I've gone leaner and my muscles heighten. Like let's say my chest might look more ripped. My arms might pop out a bit more. But I've never actually, I physically
not on
can't
that
get
Popeye
bigger.
vibe.
No. I literally can't get bigger.
Right.
So I feel like sometimes it's a genetic thing.
Yeah,
and I feel like
genetics plays a big part. It definitely plays a big part.
Now, before we sign off for this episode, because it's a very long episode. Just final. What is your like final advice for someone like complete beginner? What would be your like basic advice if you could just give like your main tip or top 3 tips from your whole journey? What would be like your main criteria to focus on?
Where do you want to start from? Like from yourself or?
No, just everyone.
Okay. I'll go first then. I just think personally, this thing. Oh, jeez.
It's that music coming back. Listen to this song. It'll be fun.
You'll get that if you just go.
No, I would say just battle through the mindset of I'll save it for another day. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Just go, and you'll be surprised that when you start exercising, you'll love it. Okay. Just get past that mindset. Yeah, that's my.
Tahnee?
Mine would be if you don't know what you're doing, seek advice. I didn't know what I was doing, and now I've got a PT.
Nice. That's great advice.
I would probably say just learn, keep at it. The process, I won't sugarcoat it. The process is long, but by the end of it, it's worth it.
Yourself?
I would say if you're able to just give it a go and just get yourself a membership, get there and just try it. Like you say, get some guidance of some sort. So as long as you attempt to try to go to the gym and just try it out, you will think people were judging you, but at the end of the day, you're there for a reason. Everyone's there for a personal reason. If you can just get to the gym and just do a session, everyone would rate you for that.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably the biggest challenge of having a gym membership is actually going to the gym itself, regardless of the weight you do, what your form is, what your body type is. Just go into the gym and just do an A session for the first time. Props to you.
I want to expand on that because I definitely 100% agree. I also believe the fact, because I had a colleague who was like having trouble going to the gym, and I believe on the fact, just exercise. Like, you don't need a gym always. If you're worried about like, oh, I have to pay for this, but because the main thing she was complaining about is paying. She was like, oh, but I'm paying for something that I don't use. Yeah. So I'm like, why don't you just exercise? Like, why don't you just go for a jog?
Why don't you do what Will did? Just get some weights and just
start at home, start easy, start light, and then
slowly work your way up.
See where the journey takes you.
Because I feel like some people have this whole philosophy of like, exercise equals gym. If I go gym, I get fit. It's like, no, just exercise. Like, you don't have to go.
People don't understand as well, like, just your normal steps.
Yeah.
Counting your steps, having 10 to 15k steps a day and setting that as a goal.
Yeah.
People underestimate how much you can burn just walking around.
It all adds up. It all adds up.
Exactly.
Even if you make one small difference to your lifestyle, that will help you benefit in the long run. Just keep adding on top, add a little bit more, add a little bit something different. It'll eventually work out.
Facts. And that's how we'll end off on a good positive note. So we're just going to say thank you to Will and Tahnee.
Thank you for coming. Much appreciated.
We'll try to see if we can do another one of this, if we can do.
Yes.
That'd be amazing. If you see this on YouTube, people, subscribe. We haven't got this on audio platforms yet, in due time. But yeah, if you see it on YouTube, subscribe, comment below. Tell us your thoughts, your gym experiences. Share it to a couple of friends and families. Let us know their experiences. And hopefully this guidance from Will and Tahnee and ourselves from speaking can get you starting to exercise.
Be good insight on how things are from both perspectives and different spectrums of it. So hopefully this has helped someone who's either learning or literally doesn't know what to do to help improve. And hopefully this has benefited you one way or another.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think you've nailed it on the dot.
Cool.
Peace.